Okay, I'm live. How do I... Hello. Hi. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm having so many technical problems. I'm so glad you joined, Kimberly. I don't know how to comment. And I'm sorry, I'm using my phone now, so it's really shaky. And I don't know if you can hear me. Hello. Hi. Sorry for my technical problems. I'm not good at this. Yep, I just sent the link over. I think I'm gonna have to tweet it. Oh, you can hear me? Great. Okay. Let me see if I can stabilize this camera real quick. Okay. Hi guys! Thanks for joining. Thanks for waiting. I'm sorry about the glitch. Stupid technology. Or I'm just slow. I just can't do laptops. I'm gonna try and send the link out again. We'll see what happens. Ooh. Who's here? I saw Kimberly and someone else. Hello. Hi guys. I hope you're having a good Sunday. Just trying to fix my life real quick. Technical difficulties, you know. Let's see. LOL, take your time. Oh, thanks, girl. Stress. Let me tweet it out, the new link, and see if I can fix it. Okay. Well, I hope people can find us. If not, it's okay. How's everyone doing? Anyone have any interesting plans for this summer or summer? Wow, I'm not awake. Sunday. Okay. I'm just gonna drink my coffee and breathe a little bit. It's okay. It's fine. I made a cappuccino in order to relax myself and get into my first live stream. And you'll learn I'm not good at talking off script. Ooh, ooh. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Where are you guys from? Where are you guys coming in from? Right now I'm in Portland in my sister's apartment. That's why you see this globe, this never before seen room. Oh, a chai tea. Oh, I love that. And laundry. Those are some good plans, man. I need to get on your level. That's smart. I'm gonna just stick with my cappuccino though, because, oh, coffee. I'm that person. I'm not a tea person, I'm a coffee person. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Well, today we're going to be talking about Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson, and I'm really excited because this is one of the first books. Oh, from Ohio? Oh, that's cool. That's what's up. And E here. Oh, cool. Writing. That's, you go, girl. You write that. I didn't catch the name. Oh my God. But yeah, so we're going to be discussing a group book. Did you guys read the group book? I'm curious who read it and who didn't. If not, I won't call you out. It's just one of my favorite books. I won't take it personally. How many of you guys managed to read Piecing Me Together during the month of December or the last few days of January? It's one of my favorite books. I started reading it like last night and just reread the whole thing. Finished it tonight. Yes, same. You and me were on the same level. I finished it tonight too. Yeah. But this time around, I actually annotated it because I did read it like 2 years ago. Finishing it tonight too. Oh, yes. Love that. Love that. It was just one of my favorite books. I read it maybe in my sophomore year of college, and it's YA. So for you guys who may not know the book, Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson is a YA book about a girl named Jade who is going to a private school, and she's a collagist, so she wants to be a collagist. And Basically, the whole story is about this girl who's kind of shy and she doesn't really speak up for herself, and the opportunities she's given are very much to fix her. I definitely need to buy it. So good. Oh yes, you do need to buy it. Ooh, everyone needs to buy this book. I'm gonna convince everybody here right now to get it because it is so good. Basically, the opportunities she's given are mostly to kind of fix her. She is from a low income family. She has a single mom working really hard as a housekeeper, and she works crazy hours to keep food on their table. It's like a 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom little house with her, I think not her niece, her family member lives on the couch and everything. And the school she goes to, a private school, is giving her opportunities to tutor others and to, what was it? Oh, getting a mentorship. All the programs she's involved in are all about fixing her as a person. And I'm like, dang, like, not fun opportunities. She doesn't get to go to Costa Rica. She gets the opportunities that are there to teach her and change her ways and things like that. So it's not the best. So the book's trying to get her to motivate herself to speak up and speak for herself. So yeah, I really hope you guys read it who haven't read it, because I think it's a really beautiful book and it's beautifully written too. There's a lot of poetic moments that are really cool. But yeah, I guess I can't talk spoilers with most of you guys if you guys haven't finished it yet though. So sad face. What else can I talk about? Oh, I also really like this book because it talks about race in such an interesting way, race and privilege, because I feel like those are two issues that no one ever talks about. So when it comes to privilege, Jade, isn't of too much privilege as a black woman who is in a low income family, but at the same time, it's she does have a mom. She does have people who care about her, a mentorship. She's given opportunities, you know? So it talks about that because it also talks about it's different privilege in a different circumstance with this friend of hers, Sam. So Sam is a white girl who is she's also lower income, and I'm talking about piecing me together for people who coming in and out as the audience members. I love you guys. Thanks for sticking with me. But the relationship between the two, Sam and Jade, talk a lot about privilege. Sam, who is white, who doesn't come from too much privilege because she doesn't have too much money, but to understand that she does have privilege, and Jade and her relationship because they are of different races, and how do we coordinate that? Do you guys understand that? Have you ever felt like you had to have a conversation with your friend about race ever? I definitely felt like that was a note that I really understood when I first read this book, especially going to college at a private university. It was very different at a public university where everyone was kind of mismatched and there wasn't a majority race. But now going to private school, there's majority white. Did you guys ever feel that issue where you're like, oh, I have to talk to my friend about race because they live a completely different lifestyle than mine and they don't understand maybe exactly what I've gone through, or I don't understand exactly what they've gone through? So let me know if you guys ever relate to that or if that's just me. I feel like everyone kind of relates to that at some point where it's like, girl, you do not know what you're talking about. Let's inform you. You went to St. Francis. Oh my gosh, 98% white. Bless you for going through that. I I feel that. Yeah, so I feel everyone has those experiences where you have to kind of connect with other people. And how do you lead those conversations? And I think Renee Watson kind of points out in their relationship that there's a need to want to talk about it and speak your mind and how you feel, but at the same time, you also have to listen to that and respect each other's opinions and understand that not everyone's going to understand what you're coming from, but you still have to express yourself and not close yourself off. And you should also be receptive and listening to and hearing out other people's opinions. Sam's and Jade's relationship in this book is really interesting, and I kind of wish that it was talked about a little bit more. Renee Watson, kind of wraps it up very neatly, and I feel like, life is very messy. Of course, it's a book, it's fiction, so it's like not supposed to be exactly like perfect. But I do like that she still introduces that subject that we need to talk about race and we need to talk about those aspects of our lives. It's so important. So yeah. Did anyone else, I saw one person say that they related to that conflict. Did anyone else go to a school where they weren't the majority, or were you a part of the majority? Have you ever had to tell your friend or have those interesting conversations? Let me know. And my bug's real cute, right? Portland, yay. Fun fact, Renee Watson is from Portland, or at least Oregon. I'm pretty sure Portland, Oregon, because I saw a lot of signs in the bookstore because I went to Pal's the other day. Saw a lot of signs promoting her. Sorry, I'm reading a comment. Don't disappear. Mm. Yes. You know what? And it's so important that it's not just Madison. I love the fact that you comment that. Thank you for letting me know. It's not about even who's white and who's black. It's just a matter of listening to each other. Everyone's experiences are so different. And that's why I love the fact that you read this book, and I hope you enjoyed it. But it's just opening up your perspective. I read so many books about the white experience and things like that. So I'm really happy that books like Piecing Me Together and The Hate You Give are becoming more popular. And it's uncomfortable to talk about certain things, but it's also great that we can have those discussions and we're like starting to reach towards them. Codes any day. Oh, why is that so true? It's really hard to read. It's definitely hard to read. And I think it's hard to read from both ends because I think we all want to support each other. And I definitely like the reason I wanted to start this book club is to unite people no matter who you are. It's so important to be inclusive and just be open to understanding other people's perspectives. Like you may not totally understand where someone's coming from, but it's like I want to be your friend. I still want to be open to you and I respect whatever you go through, you know? So I really respect that. And it's like I know I got so upset too, so I feel you on that. It's like if I was her friend, I would have done so much. But you know, some people don't have that confidence yet, especially for some people who are like more of a young adult and who haven't approached those conversations. And that's why I think this book is so important for younger people to read. So for people who are confused, it's like, hey, it's okay. People have gone through it. Let's see, there's another comment. A lot with fellow teachers. Interesting. White teachers and students, the majority black and brown. I love that. I think teachers also need to help navigate those conversations. I'm really interested. I'm curious how those conversations go with your teachers. Uncomfortable. Well, I respect that being uncomfortable, but I hope they're still having those conversations. I feel like, especially in the United States, those uncomfortable conversations, even across the world, are really needed right now. That it's just like it's okay to not always be super comfortable and understand everything. It's like this is a really big world. You're not going to understand everything, especially when it comes to injustices and things like that. That's I'm still very happy that they're having those conversations, and I feel like it's our job to keep pushing them forward and hoping that they keep going. Oh my gosh. Does anyone else has anyone else either been a part of the majority of the school, like either white or black, and had race conversations that was uncomfortable or actually comfortable? I've had a one really uncomfortable conversation with a friend who I thought was my close friend, and she said some racist things to me, and I told her that it was wrong, and she cried and she apologized, but she stopped talking to me after. So she was just like, let's not talk about it. And I'm like, well, you kind of have to, or else you're going to keep making the same mistakes. And I think it's a comment that happened in Piecing Me Together where someone comments on me or the black person and goes, oh, you talk really well for being a blank, and fill in the blank is black person. So yeah, it's interesting that you feel like you need to have those conversations with other people. Yeah, it's a part of life. I stood by my friend and was like, hey, that wasn't cool, and I still want to be friends with you. You just can't do that. You can't make those assumptions about me or anyone for that matter, no matter their color. You don't want to assume someone speaks less or better depending on their color. You think that would be common sense, but that's okay. Oh, yes, my kids are Native American, so it's different. But anyone, this yes, it's so important. I truly love this book so much. I feel you. Autocorrect is not your friend. It's not anyone's friend. They're out to get you. But yeah, I also agree. It's so important, and I love that. And I also really appreciate the fact that this book really has zero romance in it. For any of you guys who have read about it or heard about Piecing Me Together, I love the fact that it's like one of those YA books that doesn't lean on a heavy relationship. All YA nowadays has like this huge romantic love interest, and the guy saves the day, and she is really independent and trying to figure out and get her own opportunities. And I really suggest you read it and see how she goes through this journey, because it's so incredible that there's no hand holding at all during this process. There's a mentorship and her mother, but those are like relationship with other female characters, not like a love interest. Not the guy doesn't fall in love with her and then she gets strong. Oh yes, modern romance, she saves herself. I love that. So true. It's like you don't need someone to love you to be confident in yourself. And I also like the fact that she's starting to get confident in herself. It's not something that happens overnight. It's something she's working towards as a person, which I think we all should be working towards, which is so cool. Love it. Love me some modern romance. Yeah. So has anyone in the chat, have any of you guys read Piecing Me Together? I know a lot of you guys are planning on buying it. I hope I've convinced you to buy it, but have any of you read it? I'm curious. Oh, oh. Let's see. Hello, hello. Me, LOL. Yes, you are. You are the champ, Madison. I love you so freaking much. I have 5 chapters left. You have to finish it. It's so good. The ending is so good. I still have 80 pages left. Oh, well, I'm really happy you guys are still liking it, though. The story means so much to me. I love that. And then, yeah, Jada has 80 pages left. You guys gotta, I'm so happy you loved it, though. I was really, like, set on having this being the first book just because it means so much to me. And I feel like more people need to talk about it. When it comes to like diverse reads, I feel like it doesn't get shouted out enough. I had a student do it for a book project last year. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so cool. How did you, Antoinette, how did you hear about Piecing Me Together for that book project? How did you go about doing that? That's so curious to me. I'm like, ooh, you found it and you gave it to someone to do as a project? That's really cool. I wish I had a teacher like that. And it's really funny because my mom was my English teacher and she's probably gonna watch this live show later on. So I'm calling her out, but I'm not, because she wasn't my only teacher. And she got me to read a lot of other great books. But that's so interesting. If I had read Piecing Me Together in high school, I feel like I probably wouldn't have appreciated it enough, to be honest. I feel like I'm glad I read it in my early 20s, because I feel like I fully appreciate what Jade as a character is going through. She, as a big girl who isn't understood, who wants to be an artist and wants to give back to her mom. So freaking cute. I love it. I love it. And she is everything I want to be. She's smart. She's an artist. She's navigating this world. It's very cool. I love that. Yes. Does anyone have any questions for me while we're here and live? We'll see. I'll just drink my coffee. Repping Portland today. Okay. Well, what is another thing I like to talk about when it comes to Piecing Me Together? I can't wait to see what you pick next. Oh, thank you. And let them choose their own. Just give them a type. Okay. Oh, that's really cool. I like the fact that you had them choose their own books. That's really cool. And she chose Piecing Me Together? They are smart. I don't want to assume that she's a she. My bad. I always assume. I always say girl. That's my bad. It's such a habit from my high school days where I just shout out and call everyone girl. Horrible, horrible. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do better. It's only out of love. But I love that they choose their own book. That's really cool. I think I'm trying to remember a project where I chose my own book. I don't remember. I only remember like reading Our Town for some reason in middle school, and it was awful. It's so sad. If any of you guys have ever read Our Town, it's so sad. Some of you guys might love it. I don't know. But I remember being tragically ruined in 7th grade, having to read that sad book. Well, and I was also, Madison brings up a good point. I wanted to choose the next book together with you guys, And since you guys are here chatting with me, I think we get first dibs and then we could make a vote and see what everyone else decides to do too. That might be really exciting. I know oh no, I'm using my phone to do this, so I can't really look at my Goodreads. Oops. Let me see if I can pull up my iPad really fast to help me save the day. Okay, so let's try and pick the next month's read together. I know there's like a bazillion books that I want to read, and I know everyone probably feels the same way, especially with the new year and their new Goodreads goals. I'm curious, did any of you guys do your new Goodreads goals? Do you have like a certain number that you want to reach? Mine's 100, man. I don't know if I'll make it. Last year I read 119, but I read so many comics and mangas, so we'll see if I reach 100 again. That'd be really cool. Did anyone else do their Goodreads challenge? All right. Any like 50 books, 20 books? I'm curious. And let me see if I can get my list. Goodreads. Mine's 50. Oh, I love that. I always do that with my goal. I always put it a little lower and then hope to overachieve. I feel that. I did that last year. And yours? Oh, yours is 100 too? Yes. I feel like, yeah, you always want to like kind of aim in that gold zone where it's like you feel like you know you can reach it, but you still want to push yourself at the same time. Love that. Goodreads is so much fun. Let's see. I know. Next month, let's see. Being a reading teacher helps. I get paid to do it. Oh, I love that. That's so smart. We should have all done that, to become a teacher to get paid to do reading. What grade do you teach? I'm curious. My mom's an English teacher. She's done high school and middle school and stuff. Let's see if I can find the book. Who put that song? Oop. I'm also scared to pick the next read for next month because I read Piecing Me Together like 2 years ago. So I was a little scared to pick next month because I want to read a new book, but I don't want to like pick a bad book and make you all read it with me. You teach middle, sixth, eighth? Oh, that's cool. Middle grade. Bless your heart, because I know middle grade is rough. Oh, you used to teach middle grade in high school English too? Oh, that's really cool, Madison. Okay. I know next month I'm going to try and have a co-host, Alana from Awkward Book Nerd, her channel, come on with us and chat with us about the book. Oh, you retired at 28? Goals. Literally goals. Love that. The next book I was thinking about doing for next month was Who Put This Song On? Oh, not showing you properly. This book. Oh, ho, ho. We were thinking about reading this one. It's kind of the same essence of Piecing Me Together, which will be super interesting. It came out September, so hopefully it's in libraries. The Kindle isn't too affordable option. Middle schoolers wear you out, LOL. They do. That's why I'm like, bless any teacher who teaches middle school or even the lower grades, because wow, having to cater to those kids' needs, I mean, I'm so grateful that someone at my age or any age does that ever. You deserve a raise. Everyone deserves a raise, especially people who have to deal with middle schoolers with their PMS and their puberty and all those changes. Okay, kind of want to read a quick synopsis of Who Put This Song On by Morgan Parker. I think that's going to be our next pick. They do. And I left the classroom with smaller groups, coaching teachers. Oh, smaller groups. That's smart. That's really good. Oh, the attitudes. Yeah, kids. They don't understand. It's okay. It's part of growing up. I feel like you learn to have your voice, but then it's hard to combat it. Ooh, yes. So I think I'm gonna have a little like post on my YouTube and Twitter picking which books. I'm gonna have Who Put This Song On as one of the options, which is a story about, let's see, it said it's kind of like The Poet X and The Hate You Give. It is about 17-year-old Morgan who knows why she's in therapy. She can't count the numbers of times she's been in an only non-white person at a sleepover, being teased for being weird, being told that she's not really black. Also, she spent most of her summer crying in bed. So there's that too. So it's supposed to be very interesting and create a conversation. So I really think that this will be a good choice. Another option, if we didn't want to do another contemporary, I was thinking about doing Daughters of Nira. I hope I'm not saying that right. I already know I'm not. But the Kindle book is on sale right now for $2, which makes me so ecstatic. I'm all about my cheap e-copies. I need them. Let's see if it's still on sale. Ha ha ha. Where is it? Oh, I typed it in wrong. Did anyone have any book recommendations that they think for next month, or any diverse books releases, or what's that sentence? I don't know her. Any diverse new releases that they're excited for this year? There are so many. I have a ton on my list. Okay. Oh, so this one's actually available. This option, which is like a sci-fi sister book. It's available on Unlimited Kindle. Oh, Kindle Unlimited. You see that? Zero? She's my best friend. I love that. Affordable. So I was going to put those two as options. Oh, you just bought it? Yes. And Put That Song On is on your TBR as well. Ooh, yes. So I'm thinking I'm between those two books. Those are the two books I was most interested in. So let me know if you guys had a book that you were interested in. I definitely want to check out those two in the coming months for sure. And then some new releases that I'm really looking forward to is especially my babe Elizabeth Acevedo is like my queen. If you haven't read like The Poet X or With the Fire on High, ooh, you need to get on it because it is so beautiful. What I really love about Renee Watson and Elizabeth Acevedo is that their writing style is just so lyrical. It's like, it's normal speech, you get the point of view of the character, but it's also just so poetic. It's like, oh, beautiful. I know Poet X is actually written in like prose, or at least a prose, but still structured and tells a story. But Piecing Me Together is also surprisingly very lyrical, and I love it so much. Okay, let me see. I think Elizabeth has a new book coming out that I'm very excited for. Acevedo. What do any of you guys have like a favorite author you go towards? Because mine is definitely Elizabeth Acevedo, Ibiza Boy, Angie Thomas. I think I'm missing like a couple, some really big ones. But let me know if you guys have any authors that you are looking out for in the coming year. Ooh. So Elizabeth Acevedo's next book is Clap When You Land. When does it come out? I'm so looking forward to this. Oh my god. Cinderella is Dead and The Henna Wars. Oh my god, yes. I love those. I definitely have read a lot of interesting things about Cinderella is Dead. Oh, and that cover too is so gorgeous. I love those pages. They were like poems. Oh, they were. They were so good. I love how she set up the chapters, right? Oh, I love them. Yeah, I really love it when writers, because I was debating this with my mom the other day about how writers who actually are poetic and have really good word choice versus people who tell a really interesting story, but the words are a little bit where there's just simple. There's no like love and like lyricalness to the writing, which is why I really like Piecing Me Together and Poet X and stories like that that have that lyrical aspect to it. But yes, I need to Google the Henna Wars. I haven't heard of that, and I feel like I should. It sounds really interesting. Okay, let's see if I can find it on Amazon real quick. I'm just on Amazon because my Goodreads app isn't signed in because I'm that person. Let's see. The Henna Wars. Anybody else have any books they're interested in that are being released in 2020? Oh. Oh, that's a beautiful cover. Okay, so this is the Henna Wars. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my god. I also, who else is in love with covers nowadays? Like all the illustrated covers are so beautiful that I'm just like, I'm gonna buy every book, even if it's trash. I'm gonna do it. Watch out. Uh-oh. Someone's on Twitter. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be right back because I think someone is looking for the live show and can't find it. Let me share the link on Twitter. And I'm back. Let's see. Totally judging books by their covers recently. Right? It's so, I'm so in love. They're so good. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely try and retweet this again because it didn't go through. Copy the link. Oh no, I think some people might have be waiting on my other link and it's not working. Oh my god, I feel so bad. I'm really bad at technology, you guys. Just letting you know. I'm happy my phone came in clutch because I was trying to use a computer for a good solid like 20 minutes. But yeah, the Henna Wars look really interesting. So it is, when does it come out? May. Oh, books that come out later on in the year make me sad, but it's okay. 6 months, it'll go by in a blink. It'll go by in a blink. That's what I like to tell myself, even though it doesn't feel like it. Okay. Anybody else have any interesting books they're waiting for? Let's see. I feel like there's so many illustrated covers coming out. Like, I have no idea what this book's about, but it looks so cute, right? Let's see. More Than Just a Pretty Face by Suede Masmoud. I'm butchering names. I'm so sorry. Okay. This one comes out in August for fans of Becky Albertalli and Jenny Han. That's really cool. Doesn't lack confidence. He may be the smartest guy in a room, and he's funny, gorgeous, and going to make a great chef one day. There's a lot of chef books coming out too, I feel like. His father doesn't approve of his career choice, but doesn't matter. Okay, so this is definitely going to be a hardcore romance. Are you guys into a lot of romantic contemporary books? I'm interested to know how you feel. I feel like I have to be really in the mood for a heavy romance, or else I'm like not gonna jive with the party, if that makes sense. I'm like, I want a little more something, something. Nowadays, like I just read an e-copy from NetGalley. What's it called? Saltly Bittersweet by, I forget who the author was. So cute, and I really like the premise because she wants to be a chef and she's in Paris and her parents have just like gotten divorced and she's trying to figure out, she wants to be a chef. She wants to be a Michelin star holder and like get like 3 stars or something like that and have her own restaurant. But there was a heavy focus on a romance and this guy trying to tell her like, hey, is this actually what you want, or is this what you just think you need? And do you actually enjoy the process? Because as she was going to these cooking classes, she felt under so much pressure and she was not having fun. So she started to reflect on what success is. And the whole book, though there was a pretty heavy romance, I really appreciated the focus of success not being towards awards and money, but being towards your happiness, which was really cool. But you know, it's a romance, so her happiness was with the boy. But I don't think she's giving up on the career path just yet, which is pretty nifty. But yeah, I thought it was really interesting. You guys should check it out. It's Saltly Bittersweet, and the cover is really cute too, if that helps. I know, I'd be buying books for the cover half the time. But let's see if I can find any more books that are interesting. Henna Wars, let's just talk about that. There's so much coming out recently. Oh my gosh. Isn't it interesting that people always say that like books are gonna go away, like, oh, people aren't gonna want any more books, but it's like I feel like the book industry is like blossoming right now. It's like it's thriving, it's literally doing its best. So I don't know about that. Okay, let's back up and go to this one that I've seen a bunch. Let's see, where is that cover? Did anyone else think of any other books that they were interested in for 2020? I've seen this one a lot. That This Is All Your Fault looks really good. I see a news link. That's it. Hmm? Someone just tweeted me. I don't know what they said, but I hope they find me. Okay. So this one is kind of like The Fault in Our Stars. That's pretty interesting. Serene is finally going to tell her longtime crush, AJ, that she's in love with him. Oh, cute. And Daniela writes poetry for her own account, but nobody knows it's her. Oh, so there's 3 perspectives in this story. Interesting. Serene, Daniela, the clock is into work night words, bookstore. There's a bookstore on the first day of the summer. Oh, I love stories that have bookstores in them. It just makes my inner book nerd so happy. So happy. Okay. Any other new releases? Oh, this one's interesting. I saw a lot of people add this one to Goodreads. Felix Ever After. Ooh, did I say Felix? Oh my god, I'm not awake. It's fine. This one comes out in May. All the good books come out in May. What is that about? Okay, Felix Love has never been in love. And yes, he is painfully aware of the irony. He's desperately. Oh, yeah, I've seen that cover all over the place, right? Okay, good. I'm not the only one who thinks. I feel like I've seen it all over the place. It's a cute cover, though, if you know. I feel like that's how books get hype on BookTube, to be honest. Like, especially, like, the high fantasy ones, if you have a good book cover, you'll get attention, like, for sure. Let's see. Oh, it's Black, queer, and transgender. That's really cool. That's interesting. Definitely gonna add that to my list. Let's see. Veronica Comics. That's a little odd. Oh, I've seen this one too. Only Mostly Devastated by Sofia Gonzalez. That sounds really interesting. I think I already added that to my list. It's supposed to be like Simon versus the Homo sapiens. Only Mostly Devastated is the kind of book I wish existed when my kids were younger. That's a review. Seems like it's gonna be a heavy romance, but it looks like there's gonna be a lot of characters. This one comes out in March at least. Ha ha ha. That's exciting. I wonder what are the January releases? What's coming out in January? I have no. Oh, this is also one I feel like is all over book Twitter and Bookstagram. This one. Tyler Johnson. Yes, it does. It does remind me of Tyler Johnson. Oh my god, I haven't read that. I really want to though. The cover is stunning. Is stunning. But this is also another one I see around of Curses and Kisses, which is super cute. I love the color. By Sandhya Menon. Oh, didn't she write? Oh, and Dimple Met Rishi. Oh, so she's coming out with another book. That's really cool. So it's a contemporary spin on Beauty and the Beast. I feel like, did we just have a Beauty and the Beast retelling? Oh, I don't know. I guess retellings are just super popular. I love retellings, but it's just interesting that I feel like a lot of retellings are of the same story. They come out at like the same time. Very interesting. So, will the princess save the beast? That's an interesting premise. When does it come out? This one comes out February 18th. ACOTAR? What about ACOTAR? Does the cover remind you of ACOTAR? Is that what you're saying? That, I can see that. I can see that. Let's see. Oh, wait. I'm so slow. For some reason, I thought it is contemporary, but a contemporary spin on Beauty and the Beast. So is he just going to be like a moody teenager? Is that what a beast in contemporary light is? I mean, I'm interested. Oh, it was really good. I have it on my TBR. I haven't purchased it yet. I'm definitely going to purchase Tyler Johnson very soon because I've heard a lot of people compare it to Dear John. Dear John by Nick Stone is also a really like a high favorite of mine because it talks about criminal injustices and being a black man, which is such an interesting perspective because I don't have that perspective. So reading a lot about women is really cool, but Dear John also offers a really interesting take on how it feels to be a black man and to be a black boy, especially of privilege, because in Dear John, it's about a guy who goes to a private school and his dad has a pretty good job and he has like a secure family. So it's very interesting to get that perspective that you would think that he's well off, but he really isn't, and he's still kind of held back. It was very interesting. Invisible Man was good. It's similar concept. Oh, cool. I'd definitely write that down. Invisible Man. Yeah, I feel like those perspectives are so interesting to me. They're really cool. Yeah, let's see. There's anything else. Does anyone else have any other books they're looking forward to in 2020? Let's see, let's see. Oh, this cover has me dropping like what? Jaw drop. It's A Love Boat Taipei by where's the I'm like looking at the name and I'm like, what? Abigail Hin Wen. It looks really pretty. Am I just going to buy this to have this cover? Absolutely, because she is gorgeous. Okay, so I think, so this is also like Jenny Han and Sarah Dessen romances. I've never read a Sarah Dessen romance, to be honest. But yeah, so it's an own voice debut book. Oh, that's really cool. You know, I would be reading this all to you, but like it's Sunday and my reading is like I'm just drinking my coffee. The sun is setting in Portland. I think I'm gonna watch Netflix later. But yeah, interesting. Okay. Do you guys have any like favorite authors that you really like that you're looking forward to? I definitely am looking forward to Elizabeth Acevedo's new book. Obviously, I've said her name so much. And I think Renee Watson, she just came out with a recent book with this little girl being an um, ice cream sandwich, I think that the cover is about, which is really cute, but I'm also interested to see if she comes out with any more YA books. Her last YA book, Watch Us Rise, is like co-authored, so I'm interested to see if she's going to continue writing more YA on her own, because I really loved piecing me together. Watch Us Rise, I read about 50 pages and was like, it's interesting, it's cool, it has another perspective. I need to finish it though, for sure. But yeah. Oh my god, everyone's been talking about Frankly in Love, and honestly, I don't want to read it. I feel really bad. I probably should read it. It's probably great, but it just sounds like a heavy romance, and I don't know if I feel up to that. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions for me or anything about piecing me together or life in general. I guess I have some other subjects that I really wanted to talk about when it comes to piecing me together. I'm just scared that I don't want to spoil anybody. So I'll try and keep it spoiler free because this is one of my favorite books and I need more people to read it. This is like the #1 book that I always recommend to people when they ask like, oh, what book should you read? I'm like, piecing me together. Read it. But I think besides the fact that it obviously talks about race and her and Sam's relationship really approaches it, I also really like the fact that it talks about creating your own opportunities in life. And yes, you want opportunities in life and you want people to hand it to you. Like as an actor, I like spend most of my career probably waiting for opportunities, but in this day and age you can also create your own. It may not be exactly what you want, like Jade in the story wants to go to Costa Rica, but in life, you know, it's really difficult, and Jade brings it up so much in Piecing Me Together that her mom, who is a housekeeper, has been working so hard to get money to put food on the table, and of course she hasn't reached her dreams. Her dreams is probably just to live a happy life, whereas Jade is starting to dream bigger now and she wants more opportunities, but those things can't always be handed to you. And also if you work really hard, sometimes you just still don't get them even if you work the hardest in the room. So I also like that she talks about working hard and getting what you deserve and speaking up for yourself, but also create your own opportunities. Don't always wait for someone to hand something to you. And I'm not saying she wants handouts. She definitely worked so hard to get very little, but at the same time, how hard someone works and create your own stuff. As an artist, she talked to gallery members and she reached out to her community, and they had a certain incident happen in the book, and her friends gathered together and created something for themselves and for their community, and it was very inspiring. So that way the book talks about that it's okay to ask for help at the same time as it's also okay to reach out to your community and do what you believe in and not waiting for someone else. You could post polls throughout the month as people are reading or who people identify most with. What were what would you do? Might be interesting to see. That is interesting. Madison brings up a really good point about posting polls throughout the month to see what people are reading. Ooh, what did I touch? I touched something on the screen. Or who people identify most with, or if you were Jade, what would you do? That would be really interesting to see. I feel like, and I think that's what Renee Watson is really trying to push forward is like, what would you do in these circumstances? And I get that sometimes as you read the book, Jade may seem kind of shy and meek and that you might brush her over because it's like, oh, she wants to do something, but she's not doing it just because. Like, people might see her as complaining, but she's not. It's just that sometimes people feel like they need validation from others to do those certain things. And it's being confident in yourself and knowing that your opinion matters and stepping up and doing those things that matter to you. I really appreciated that. But at the same time, don't step on anyone's feelings. Don't be doing things just to hurt other people's feelings. I feel like that's a common rule in this day and age. Is like don't cross the line into hurting other people. Speak for yourself and listen to others, but don't push your opinions onto other people unless they are hurting you. That should be like a rule of like life. Just do what you need, don't hurt nobody. I was looking forward to that part. Yeah, that part is so interesting. And I feel like Renee doesn't get too into detail of it because it is such a short book. It's literally only 260 pages, but she introduces that, and I think that's just enough of a spark for people when they read it to like want more. Or what is your special talent? I loved that chapter. That was a really good chapter. There's some really lyrical chapters in this book that I like. I went in with a highlighter and was like, gorgeous. And there's so many. I also really like the mom character in Piecing Me Together. So if you guys, for most of you, you've read the majority of it. I love how she is kind of overprotective, but it makes sense because it's her only kid. And she's not jealous, but she wants so much for her one kid. And I also think that's such an interesting perspective in YA because we see a lot of YA kids run about and they never talk to their parents and they're like saving the day by themselves. But this is a mom that really cares for their kid and pushes them forward. And there's that no quit mentality that she kind of brings forward, which can be hit or miss depending on what it is. But I like that it's that the mom is telling Jade, you have so much opportunity. It may not be exactly what you want, but it still benefits you in the future. And to really consider everything closely. Like, are you quitting because you actually dislike it? Or is it because you're not voicing your opinion enough to change those things that you have the power to change? Very interesting. I love the mom character, and she's so sassy and perfect. And I really love the mentor in this, Maxine. She's kind of a troublemaker. She's older, becomes Jade's mentor because she needed something to do and she wanted to give back. And she's going through a bad breakup. And I really love her character because I think she's probably around my age. She graduated college. So she's probably in her like early 20s. Like, I'm 22. So I think Maxine is around that age. And I love the fact that she doesn't have her stuff together. Like, she kind of does, but she doesn't. And I think that adds to that any age level, whether you are in high school or you just graduated college. Sometimes you don't know what you're doing or exactly what's right. Maxine was the only person who talked about what's it called, relationships, because she had gone through that breakup and she keeps going back to this guy that's not really nice to her. So I thought that was interesting. And the book also has so many interesting parts. Did any of you guys read the part with the boys who hit on Jade while she's at a fast food restaurant? That's one of my favorite parts in the book. Yeah, Maxine definitely helped Jade's personal development, and Jade kind of helped her. Yeah, but I didn't like her at first. She does redeem herself. Okay, so I feel like Maxine in the end does kind of redeem herself to an extent, but it's still like one of those relationships where it's like, okay, we're growing, we're open now, and we're more available. But Maxine is one of those characters in the beginning where I'm like, I am questioning all your motives, man. I definitely agree with that. My book is a library copy. I need to buy my own. Something and taking quotes. Yeah, there's a lot of really good quotes. Oh, I'm at that chapter right now. Yes. Okay, so that fast food chapter, literally the first time I read that, I cried. So there's a specific part in the book where these boys are kind of calling out women in the restaurant and saying if they're a 10 or something and numbering them. And it's like obviously so misogynistic and so rude. They're doing it out loud in front of everyone. And then at one point they point to Jade and they're like, what number do you think she is? And someone called her a 5. And then someone said, well, I think I like her. Oh, it was awful, especially when she, yeah, it was so awful. And and I really liked the conversation though around the fact that when Jade left, she recalls how all her mentors, all the women mentors in this woman to women group, how they teach women how to talk to men and how to flirt and how to focus on themselves and all this stuff. But no one's out there teaching boys how to flirt or teaching boys how to communicate with women. And I think that's such a strong point to make. And it was a very small kind of comment, but it hit me so hard in the fact that where we are in the world today, we keep trying to teach women how to behave, how to dress, how to control their emotions. But when it comes to boys, it's, that whole mentality of let boys be boys. But it's should be more equal. We should be telling and teaching boys how to treat women as well. And maybe that's why we have a lot of the issues we do. Yeah, exactly. Madison made the point that no one tells men not to rape or to kidnap. It's so frustrating. And like when I first read that, I was just so heart-wrenched because it's Jade in the book. I think there's several times when she feels this way, and it just is so true to how women are treated. It's so true. And it's something that needs to be addressed way more often. And I just love this book, guys. I could read about it forever. I love the fact that she points that out. And it's such an important message that men should also be taught these certain basic communication stuff. We overlook it, but then, boys go out in public and they make each other rowdy and things like that. It's like, not everyone, obviously. There's a lot of great guys out there. But we need more good guys to be teaching the other people, like, hey, this is how you flirt. If you like a girl, don't chase after her, don't yell at her, don't scare her when she's by herself. You know, you know. It's so interesting. So many points of this book had me a little flustered because there's also a lot of moments where Jade was like shopping for something and someone would ask her to hold her bag behind the counter because your bag's too big, and the lady who asked for the bag didn't ask for anyone else's bag. It's like, excuse me, you cannot do that. You have no right to be asking for my bag while all the other white women in the store get to keep theirs. It's like you're taking either everyone's bag or no one's bag. I really love that point. And then that's the point when you see kind of Sam's relationship. She doesn't understand exactly where Jade's coming from. But I feel like all women, like one woman after that happened, came up to her and was like, oh, I'm sorry you had that happen to you. That's one of the quotes you took a picture of? Yes. I underlined that whole section like really big. I was like, oh my God. Because it's really true. Like the other day I was at Verizon and those people wear like a black t-shirt uniform and stuff. And like a lady walked up to me and asked me if I worked there. I'm just like, I'm leaning over looking at an iPhone. Why do you think I work here? So it's just crazy how there's a lot of assumptions and a lot of ignorance and people don't want to face it. But I love the fact that so many people are trying to fix it, and just a lot of the bad outweighs the good sometimes. And that's why I like that this book exists, because it just shows that there is opportunity for good and that we just need to talk about it. I feel like ignorance can't change unless we educate. It's sad that I feel like sometimes we have to educate people. That's also up for debate. A lot of people say it's not my role as a black woman to educate others. But I know that as a person who has friends who are white and want to learn about things, it's like I just want to open up a communication, and I'm willing to do that. But to understand that not everybody's always willing to do that, I respect that so much. But yeah, oh my God, I've been talking for an hour. Holy heck. 55 or 53 minutes, the little timer says. But yeah, it's such a good book. And I'll make sure to put the polls up for the next monthly kind of read. And I think I'm going to do the chat on the first Sunday of every month. And Alana will be joining us next month, hopefully, during the live show too. But she's definitely going to join the buddy read. It depends on the internet, I think sometimes it's ignorance, sometimes it's hatred. You're so right. There's a lot of hatred out there. Yeah. Thank you guys. You guys are so awesome. Like, I literally expect no one to come and listen to me talk about books, but I'm really happy that you guys come through and that a lot of you guys are just as excited as I am about this book. There were so many great parts about piecing me together. If you guys had any specific things you want to talk about before we kind of wrap this up, let me know, or like DM me, because I understand like maybe you don't want to do it on a public platform. That you can DM me. I think my notifications for DMs are on for people. Follow me on Twitter, guys, if you're not. That's where I do most of my communication because it's really easy and as you can tell, I'm not good at technology. So let me know. I would love to answer anyone's like questions or like just have a discussion because I feel like these are discussions that are so healthy and I'm totally available to talk to you guys about those things. Yeah. And this group is totally inclusive. So if you have any friends that you feel like should join in and like, oh, I think you'd be interested in that, please let them know. Like, I really want this to be just a safe place to talk. And if you guys have questions or if you just want to talk about something in general, like, hey, this happens to me way too often, especially with a book like Piecing Me Together, which kind of gets you heated. There's a little talk about police brutality in it and how they feel that that could have been them and the injustices and what can we do as students. So these are heavy, heavy topics. These are not lighthearted topics. Race can be very difficult to approach. And I just want us to be open. And this is not always going to be talking about race and things like that. Sometimes we'll talk about inclusivity. I think intersectionality is also a really important subject that I think can also be approached in this book. But yeah, you guys have been great. I love you guys so much. Thanks for all your awesome comments. Okay. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here. The sun is setting, but yeah, I really hope you guys, for those of you who are still reading Piecing Me Together, really enjoy the ending of it. The ending is not my favorite part, but I do really, really love the fact that the questions she starts to pose and what we can do as people. The Dairy Queen chapter didn't hit. Oh, yeah, that chapter was really hard with those boys. Yeah. I'm sorry that that happens to you. And it's sad that it happens to anybody and that whether you're alone or not or uncomfortable or not, um, that's why I think we just need to support and uplift each other. This is all what this group's about. Is we are supporting and lifting each other and hopefully having more communication around it to make subjects safer to approach. I don't know. I'm trying to do whatever I can to freaking help and put positivity out there into the world. Hopefully that is the aim. And I hope you guys all do that too. And I think that's why that you guys are here. You guys care about that. And that's why this book hits you so hard because you care about those things too and you want to help your fellow like sisters and you want to help humanity get better. So yeah. Being calm. Yes, period. Nope. I love that. Love that, Madison. And I'm about to finish the book as soon as this live show's over. Yes. Yes. You guys should definitely tweet at me when you finish it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. A couple people did that and I love that so much cuz I don't know. I feel like this book is definitely unifying even though it talks about such hard subjects. It's something that is super relatable to everyone. But yeah, so make sure to follow on Twitter. I'm gonna put up a poll on Twitter and on my YouTube channel for the next book, for January's book. Thank you guys for joining the live show. We're probably gonna have another live show on the first Sunday in February. That's when I'm planning on having it. Alana from Awkward Book Nerd, her channel's name, is going to be joining us for that live show. Hopefully we'll have less technical difficulty, but thank you guys for hanging out for the last hour. I really appreciate all your awesome comments and feedback. I'm so happy you guys are enjoying the book. I really hope we stay on a high note for the rest of this year and read great books and have great discussions. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have an awesome Sunday. I really hope you love and enjoy the end of the book. Make sure to tweet me when you're done. And yeah, thank you for joining my live show. It really means a lot that there's anybody here. It's so freaking cool. I'm just like baffled how the internet works. Mind blown. Okay, well, bye. Thank you to Jada and Madison and a bunch of other people who commented. I'm trying to scroll back and see who else commented. I know Kimberly was here for a hot second. There's a bunch of you guys. Thank you all for commenting. But I'm going to end the live show here. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I will see you in the next live show, hopefully. Bye, guys.